Congratulations, you survived the flash. You kept your head down while the world burned, but do not celebrate. The blast wave is gone, but the fallout is settling. It wants inside. Rookies obsess over external radiation readings. That is a fatal error. The true assassin is internal contamination. An alpha particle on your sleeve is harmless physics. That same particle inside your gut is a death sentence. It acts like a buzzsaw, shredding your DNA from point-blank range. One microscopic speck of dust on your ration, and you rot from the inside out. Hunger is a trap. Here is how to disarm it. Lock the doors. Now, audit your entire stockpile. Your pantry is a minefield. Stop looking at labels and start looking at structural integrity. Divide everything into two piles: survivable and suicidal. Pile 1, Impermeable Armor. This is your life support. Metal cans with factory seals, glass jars with intact lids, thick, heat-sealed MRE pouches. Why we trust these? Physics. Metal and glass possess a dense molecular lattice. Radioactive dust, fallout, is physical matter. It sits on the surface. It cannot migrate through steel or glass. You can scrub these containers with brutal chemical agents, and the food inside remains pristine. Pile 2, Porous death traps. Cardboard boxes, paper sacks, thin, crinkly plastic wrappers. Get rid of them. Do not hesitate. You think that box of pasta is safe? Wrong. To an alpha particle, cardboard is a wide open door. Microscopic dust lodges deep into the fibrous weave of the paper. You cannot wash a cardboard box. You cannot sanitize a paper bag. The moment you tear that package open, the friction dislodges the radioactive dust caught in the fibers, raining it directly onto your food. You ingest the poison with the first bite. Thin plastics are equally treacherous. Low-density polyethylene is permeable on a microscopic scale. Volatile chemical agents and fine particulates can migrate through it over time. If you cannot scrub the package with a stiff brush and bleach without destroying it, it is not food. It is hazardous waste. Be ruthless. Cull the weak packaging. If it breathes, it kills. Sacrifice the calories. Keep your organs. Eventually, your stockpile runs dry. You will have to hunt in the ruins. When you step into the wasteland, remember one universal constant: gravity. Radioactive isotopes, strontium, cesium, are heavy metals. They settle. This makes the geometry of scavenging a life or death calculation. Avoid the top shelf. In any abandoned structure, horizontal surfaces are the killing fields. They catch the primary fallout drift like snow. A can of beans sitting upright on an upper shelf is not a meal. It is a radiological sample collector. The rim acts as a gutter, trapping microscopic particulates in the groove. You grab it and your glove is contaminated. You throw it in your pack and your gear is compromised. You have breached containment before you even return to base. Look lower. Scavenge from the middle of the stack. Prioritize items knocked over, where the seal was shielded from the vertical descent of dust. But never get complacent. Even in a sealed room, static electricity turns metal to a dust magnet. Do not wipe them off in the field. Friction just grinds the isotopes into the pores of the metal. Bag them, seal them, treat every calorie like a live grenade. Bring it to the decontamination zone. Assume it is coated in invisible arsenic. Now, we neutralize the threat.
Bring the target to the decontamination station. This is surgery. You are not washing dishes, you are sterilizing medical equipment. Do not simply rinse. Water possesses high surface tension. It glides right over microscopic heavy metal particles. You need a surfactant. Aggressive dish soap breaks that tension, lifting the radioactive grit from the metal pores so it can be flushed away. Scrub the entire surface with a brush you will never use for anything else. Focus your rage on the rim and the seam. This is where death hides in the crevices. Rinse, repeat. Now stop. Do not reach for the opener yet. A wet can is a lethal can. Water droplets hold particulates in suspension. If a drop runs into the puncture hole, the barrier is breached. Dry it completely with a disposable rag. Now comes the critical moment, the breach. You must understand the physics of the vacuum seal. Inside that tin, pressure is low. Outside, pressure is high. The moment your blade pierces the metal, nature seeks equilibrium. Air rushes in. It is a violent, microscopic implosion. If you left a single speck of dust on that lid, the airflow acts as a vacuum cleaner, sucking the isotope directly into the contents. You will not see it happen. You will just eat it. To counter this, wipe the lid with alcohol immediately before the puncture. Sanitize your opener blade after every single can. One contaminated blade infects every subsequent meal. Cross-contamination is sloppy. Sloppiness gets you buried. The seal is broken. Now secure the perimeter. Your kitchen table is no longer furniture. It is a sterile field. Treat it like an operating theater. You need strict zoning protocols. Establish a dirty zone for the decontamination process and a clean zone for consumption. These two worlds must never meet. Cover your eating surface with disposable barriers, plastic sheets, or newspaper. If a crumb falls, you roll up the barrier and neutralize it. Never eat directly off a permanent surface. Surfaces hold memory. They hold dust. Now, break the oldest habit of your species, the hand-to-mouth reflex. In this new world, your hands are the enemy. They are vectors. Even after scrubbing, assume your skin is compromised. Never touch your food. Not a cracker, not a piece of dried fruit. Use a utensil for everything. Create an air gap between your biological manipulators and your fuel. If you drop a utensil, it is dead. Do not wipe it off. Leave it. Finally, implement the rule of silence. When food is exposed, nobody speaks. This is not a social hour. This is refueling. Talking creates turbulence. It launches saliva droplets that catch airborne dust and pulls contaminated air into your open mouth. You are most vulnerable when your jaw is unhinged. Shut up and chew. Eat quickly but methodically. Minimizing the exposure time of your nutrients to the open air reduces the statistical probability of a particle landing on your plate. Finish. Seal the trash. Exit the zone.
Water is the ultimate Trojan horse. You need gallons of it daily, and every drop is a potential delivery system for alpha decay. Forget the survival manuals from the old world. Boiling is a lie. Heat kills bacteria. It destroys parasites. But you cannot kill a heavy metal isotope with a campfire. Boiling actually makes the threat worse. As steam evaporates, the volume of water decreases, but the radioactive mass remains constant. You are not purifying it, you are distilling a toxic concentrate. The solution is mechanical, not thermal. You need filtration and gravity. Build a multi-stage barrier, tight weave cloth for debris, sand for fine particulates, activated charcoal for chemical absorption. But your best tool is patience. Radionuclides are heavy metals. They want to sink. Collect water in a deep vessel and let it sit undisturbed for 48 hours. Gravity will drag the suspended radioactive dust to the bottom. This is sedimentation. Carefully siphon the water from the top few inches without shaking the container. That clear liquid at the top is your best chance. The sludge at the bottom, that is concentrated death. Do not touch it. Understand the limitation. This method removes suspended particles, the dust floating in the water. It does not remove soluble isotopes that dissolve like sugar. Without industrial reverse osmosis, you cannot filter those out. But by removing the dust, you eliminate the bulk of the payload. Drink the top layer. It is a gamble, but the odds are better. Input creates output. Now, manage the fallout. You survived the meal, but you created a new enemy, the waste. Look at your decontamination station. That gray, soapy water in the basin, that is no longer water. It is a concentrated liquid suspension of radioactive particulates. Do not pour it down the drain. If you do, that heavy sludge settles in the P-trap pipe directly under your sink. You will be standing next to an unshielded radiation source every time you walk into the kitchen. Take it outside. Dump it far away from your perimeter, downwind and downhill. Now, the solid waste. The rags you use to scrub the cans, the empty tins, the plastic wrappers. Amateurs, throw them in a bin in the corner. Congratulations, you just built a dirty bomb in your living room. These items are beta emitters. If you pile them up, the radiation accumulates. A single wrapper is negligible. A week's worth of trash is a glowing core. Establish a strict disposal protocol. All hot trash goes immediately into a sealed, thick plastic bag. Do not let it accumulate inside. If you cannot go outside, store the waste in a designated shielded zone, behind a wall of water jugs or sandbags. Distance is your armor.
Use the inverse square law. Double the distance, quarter the radiation. Get the trash away from your sleeping quarters. Your garbage wants to kill you. Do not let it. Eating is no longer a comfort. It is a tactical operation. You have stripped away the illusion of safety and replaced it with protocol. Good. Comfort kills. Paranoia keeps you breathing. You look at a can of peaches and you do not see dessert. You see a radiological puzzle. You solve it, you eat. You fail, you wither. This is not just about avoiding poison. It's about maintaining the integrity of the machine. Your body is the only fortress you have left. Keep the walls thick. Keep the gates guarded. Stay full, stay clean, stay alive.